Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's a very good morning.
Good morning. That's how I start all my videos.
Okay.
So we're starting a little different today. Today, as promised, I am interviewing Judy. And Judy has been Donna's friend since college?
Yes, many years ago.
Many years ago. Do you mind saying how old you are, Judy?
Oh, yes, I turned 66 in September.
Can you believe that? 66? And I know that a lot of my audience are the demographic. I'm 56, and so a lot of them are out there doing this, traveling, in a van, or we'll talk about what Judy travels in. And I think sometimes I find inspiration knowing other women.
That's my dog.
That's you'll meet Flora. Flora, come here. Come here. What are you barking at?
She wants toys.
She wants toys. We all
Blame
want
her.
toys.
Who
yeah.
doesn't? Right.
So, tell me. I know you sold your home.
I did. I sold my home. It was in McMinnville, Oregon. I was there for 8 years.
Okay. And now?
And now I had 2 grandbabies coming, so that was big news. So October 3rd, I had the first grandbaby, a little girl named Lana, and November 3rd, I have a little grandbaby boy named Ben. And so I've been traveling around to see them. And so I sold up everything thinking I would move to Bend, Oregon with my trailer. And it might work out and it might not. So I'm trying to find a home.
So you have a trailer. You trail behind your, what kind of car do you have?
I have a Nissan Xterra, a 2012 that I just bought in July.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. And I'm going to show you pictures of her camper. It is so adorable in the way she's decorated it. Oh my gosh. So I'll put those in here. What made you decide to get, to drag a camper with you instead of because we were talking about my road truck and stuff.
I know, I had all these options and I was trying to decide what to do. So I started out looking at something like a road truck. I had a budget, a limited budget. And so I started out looking at those. Then I realized that where I was probably going to be heading, I was going to be in the snow a lot and going over mountains. And that kind of freaked me out that this would be my only vehicle and I'd have to take it everywhere with me and I'd have to do winter and summer with it. So I went away from that thinking that I would need to get a 4-wheel drive vehicle and then a trailer. Right. So I started looking at all the options for trailers and I just kept being drawn to the vintage trailers. Yeah. So I bought a car that will pull 5,000 pounds and I'm pulling significantly less than that now. So the trailer gave me the opportunity to park it someplace and then to take my car off to wherever I needed to go. So,
I think a lot of people think like that.
Yeah.
You can separate them.
Right, and that's what was really appealing to me. So I had a little more freedom of movement that way.
How much does the camper weigh?
Technically, it weighs 1,750 pounds unloaded. So it's 13 feet with a 2-foot tongue, so officially a 15-foot trailer. It's low to the ground, so I can't go over big bumpy roads with it. And that's a drawback too. Right. But that's also the joy of finding the campground and then being able to go off in the 4-wheel drive.
Oh, true. Yes. Yeah. And so you've had, after talking to Donna before you got here, because you just kind of randomly called Donna and said, hey, I'm heading towards that way. You're headed to Florida too. She's headed where I'm headed.
Yeah.
Kind of the same.
Yeah. Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah. Grab Flora. He's going to grab her dog. He's like this big.
Here we go. Okay.
Here we go. Andy's got a toy. Yay.
This is my co-pilot, Flora. She is a jackapoo.
So let's talk about that too. Why did you decide to get a dog? Because now that I've been with her her dog and Scouty with Donna, I'm not ready for a dog yet.
Yeah, she's definitely an anchor in your life. It's like having a toddler all the time. And as much as I love her, I got her because COVID hit. I was stuck at home. I live in Oregon. Yeah. And I just wanted a companion, and so I hadn't had a dog before, so I got her as a puppy. Yep. And so she's been with me ever since. So although it's going to limit my international travel and such, it doesn't limit my domestic travel. Yeah. So she goes with me everywhere.
She does.
But it's a little bit challenging.
So there's a trade-off, and that's the thing. What was nice is that, because I've thought about it, and I know people have said, oh, Tracey, you should get a dog. But for me right now, just starting out, I'm just getting used to being on the road, let alone then having to figure out where I can take a dog and
Yeah, it is
do stuff
challenging.
like that,
and my
so.
dog came first, and then the trailer idea came next.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, so moving up to be near my kids ended up one thing, but now I have to go to Florida to handle. My parents passed away within the last 2 years. My mom just this past July. So we have a lot of loose ends, which people our age are having to deal with all the time.
Yes.
So I wanted to go to Florida. So right now I'm not traveling with my trailer. I'm just traveling in my 4-wheel drive
Right.
vehicle, which also doubles as a sleeping and do everything unit too.
Yeah. So that's nice because, yeah, if you need to, I always said that too, even being in the road trek now, and there's a lot of luxuries in there, I mean, not like
Which
a
is very
home,
beautiful.
but yeah, thank you. Yeah. But I could see myself, if I had to, like living in a truck or making it,
It works.
yeah. So it's whatever works for you and your situation. But this isn't the first time, like you have been all over the world
Right.
backpacking. Tell us a
Not
couple
as-
of places that you live. New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. I lived in New Zealand in I don't even remember, 2004. I took off and took my son, who was 15 at the time, over to New Zealand, and we lived there for 5 years. From there, I could travel anywhere. I mean, to all the Pacific Islands and do the little trips. So I learned a whole bunch about taking a small package with me and traveling. And then when I left there, I went around the world backpacking for a year with a small backpack.
All by yourself.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I started in Thailand, and then I went to Nepal, and I do epic hikes, so 5-day, 4-night hikes in, like, this one was Annapurna Circuit was my first one, a mini circuit. And so then from there I went over to India again, and then it was a 16-stop round the world ticket.
Oh my
So
God.
I basically covered it all. From Europe, Florida, up to Finland, up to the North Pole, Nordkap, and down to Johannesburg, South Africa, and then back to U.S. And then everybody I met along the way said, "You're from the United States. Have you done Route 66?" And I said, no. So I did that too, in a car.
You're kind of like me. If somebody says, "What haven't you done?" and it's like, "Oh, I haven't done that." And then you're like, "Well, how am I going to do that?"
I
right?
better do
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, I better do it. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to travel in small circumstances, like
Right, and just a
lightweight.
backpack and staying at hostels. And we were talking about that too, because people like always say, they're worried about solo
Yeah.
women travelers.
Yeah.
And-
I find hostels one of the safest places to go, especially if you find one that's not a party hostel. You
Yeah.
can go on sites and find them. The ones that say, "Oh, it was quiet and boring," I'm like, that's my place.
Yeah.
They
I
always
go to
know how to
bed.
get you from A
Yeah.
to B on whatever kind of transport is available. Even in the United States, hostels are really good options for single women travelers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They can be pricier. They go
Okay.
in from $35 to $50 a night. Where traveling internationally, like Vietnam, I paid $3.50, including breakfast.
Wow.
So it's dirt cheap way to travel. In the U.S., it's a little trickier.
Right.
But if you want to clean up, you're in your camper and you just like want some other kinds of contact, or you want to explore a city,
Right.
maybe that's the way to go, where they
Right.
can tell you where to hang out to find cool places and explore a city that you not really camping, because I usually camp outside of cities and BLM land. And
Well, we were talking about that too, because we're going to stop at, I don't have a national forest pass yet, and there's a visitor place. We're actually going to go hiking at the Vortex,
the Bell.
the Bell Vortex today. So we'll see how that goes. And then Judy's taking off right after that. And
Yeah, I'm heading to Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm going towards Tucson tonight, and then I'm going to Big Bend National Park, because I am a National Park Girl Scout of National Parks. I have patches all over my jacket from
Oh,
going to them.
really?
Yeah, I love them. And so Big Bend is one I put on my route this way. So I'm going to go through Big Bend for 2 nights. I've got a reservation on the 2nd, which is only 2 days from now, so I got to book it
Yep.
to get there. So that's why I'm taking off.
Well, and I've learned so much, because I realized being here and hiking, this was a perfect place for me to land first.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd stay this long, but there's so much to see. And Donna's been such a great,
Yeah.
Sedona
Sedona is so beautiful. I came through here last year. I was driving, or maybe it was the year before COVID.
Yeah.
And I was driving my parents' car across the country, and I decided to take a kaleidoscope making class in Jerome, which is right outside
oh my
of here.
gosh, yeah, that's the one
Oh.
that goes like way up.
Yeah, so I stopped and visited Donna then and fell in love with Sedona. It's absolutely stunning. So, of course, I put it on my route this
When
time.
you've been all over, and when we were driving yesterday, you said this is like the most beautiful.
Oh, the canyon road coming down from Flagstaff, when you hit the canyon walls, it's the most beautiful drive I've ever taken in the world.
Yeah, if you're not driving.
Yeah. It's a little curvy. It's like hairpin turns.
Oh, I had a rough nausea day yesterday, or car sick day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's to be expected. But I'm getting a little better, especially at the hiking. So so I've realized now that that's what I love to do. I love to hike.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna like work my way around.
Yeah. What's I find really special with the puppy now, I can't do so much hiking because you're restricted to roads that bicycles or horses or paved roads in national parks and state parks a lot of times can go on. But I'll tell you, when I go camping off to, like for example, I went to Canyonlands last year, and I meet people who are also solo camping. Either they're in a car or they've rented a car coming from someplace else or whatever. And I met these two guys who were independent in their own campsites, which was really fun. We found out we were all born the same year. We both had a boy and a girl child.
Oh my God.
I mean, like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. But we'd end up going hiking together. So you can always find people to go with you or not. So I met so many lovely people who are very similar to us on the road.
And that's it. I think, people are afraid for you, but once you get out there, I think it's more scary inside your home because you're just watching all this stuff on a TV or whatever, the news, and it's happening. So you think that that's all that's happening. But if you get out and are actually meeting people.
Right. And that's what I found in hostels. I always felt it was a safe place. There was somebody there 24/7.
Right.
If you had a question. But walking into a row of motel rooms or something outside, it's a little creepier.
It's scary because you're by yourself. At least there's other people around, like you said, watching. And two, for the camper, like the National Forest sticker. Yeah. I know you said, because you're 66, that it cost you $80.
Yeah, it's $80 for a lifetime membership. So what that gets you is free admission into every national park. It gets you parking on any BLM sites or national forest things. It gets you half price camping too. So I spent 2 nights at Yosemite, which is $32 a night, but I paid $16 a night for a campsite there.
And you get that. I'm going to find out because you got it off because you're a senior, but I'm a senior too, but I don't know what the
there are other annual passes that you pay more for that you can renew annually.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there today. And one last thing, if you saw the video yesterday, she had never made a necklace before.
Oh my gosh.
And look at how beautiful that turned out.
I know.
I went to bed and her and Donna
I'm a beader.
You're a beader now.
That's lovely.
Welcome to the bead club.
Thank you. Thank you. I have to go collect. Now I have something to collect on my
well, that's what I said. Now that I'm recouping all my bead stuff I gave away when I moved out, now I'll be beading in the van. I'll be traveling, really making jewelry.
Right.
Maybe I'll stop at the side of the road and put a sign out and sell my jewelry.
See, there you go. So there's all kinds of ways to camp. I mean, it's not glamping. I wouldn't say it's a little more down and dirty than that. But you can make it fun. Right?
Yeah, you can make it fun. And we've had so much. I'm so glad you stopped by too. What a interesting dynamic, and I know Donna's had fun too. And yesterday was great.
I've had a blast, so I'm going to be following you on your journey.
Oh, great!
We might just cross paths.
We will. Well, that's what I said. We'll have to go. I'd love to go hiking sometime with you
for sure.
And if COVID ever gets over, we can travel cross country, and you can show me how to backpack.
I can do that. Yeah, when I hit 60, I said every year, as long as my knees will take me, I'm going to do an epic 4-day or 4-night, 5-day backpacking trip or hiking trip. And I've done that so far, except last year.
Well, and that's the thing, like, you're 66. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's, people are like, 56. But as long as you have your health, that's the thing. And you have a tattoo, and it says now.
Now.
Yep.
Do it now.
And that's what we said. Do it now. Live in the now.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't
You'll
wait.
always find a way.
You always find. You do. You always it always works out. I always tell my daughter that it always works out. Doesn't matter.
It always works out.
And if nobody's life is in peril, then it'll always work out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Judy.
It was my pleasure. This was fun.
It was fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go on a hike, and I'll be showing some clips from that. So.
But, cool. Safe journeys, everybody.
Bye. Look at this. Oh, here comes a car. So it won't hit me. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Come on, buddy.
Yesterday.
We're hiking Yavapai Vista. Ooh, it's rocky.
What's that?
It's rocky.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we have to stop.
Are we going up there? Look at this. Oh my gosh. And video doesn't even do it justice. Oh. Sorry. Panning a little fast. But it's a rocky climb. So this is where we're headed. Look at that. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. The views are spectacular. What's the name of this road again?
Yavapai Vista.
Yavapai Vista. Oh gosh.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm coming up on that rock. This is so beautiful. Oh, it's like there's Donna over there. It's like you're on top of the world. Wow.
This place.
Come to Sedona. So Donna and I just ate at Judy's. Isn't it cute? Donna's taking a picture back there. And look at how pretty that is. And so we're gonna go home and I gotta take care of some stuff. And then on Thursday night at 7 p.m. I am doing a live interview with Blind Views. Oh, there's a mosquito. I think I was in Minnesota. With Blind Views at 7 o'clock on Thursday. And then tomorrow, I have... What are we doing tomorrow, Donna?
Ask me tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And I plan on tonight, I'm hopefully going to figure out my GoPro and be able to wear it so that I can get footage of what we're doing. Donna's done it before, and she's going to do it again tomorrow with me, and she said it's awesome. Yes. So it should be quite the experience.
We might have to peel you out of the seat.
Yeah, we might have to peel me. Something similar to NASCAR, but not. So,
Yeah, you can NASCAR. You're going to be fine.
yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Look at how pretty all the views are. All the hills up there. Okay, so I am going to sign off for today, but I'll see you tomorrow. And go out and make an adventure. And another thing, remember your magic. Bye. And I just wanted to add Tracey Tischler, I think that's your last name. You won the necklace, and I didn't get an email from you to tell me where to send it. So if you can, if you're watching this, reach out to me. I'm at tmjt26@hotmail.com. Okay, I want to make sure you get it. All right.